hazardous. We've got an 18-foot fracture in our hull. How do you want us to proceed? Over.
How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be reviewing the new film directed by Craig Gillespie, The Finest Hour, starring Chris Pine, Casey Affleck, and many, many more. Now, this movie had the potential to be great. Another out at sea movie. I mean, we got a couple of them last year, and I was really looking forward to it. It looked intense. It was a Disney movie. They always do some really good stuff, but it didn't quite hit on all cylinders. So this movie's about this crew in 1952. Their ship gets destroyed out at sea, and Chris Pine and crew need to go and save them and rescue them, or else they're all going to die out at the sea. Casey Affleck and his crew will die, and we got ourselves a story to be told that deserves to be told. It's a remarkable story. How well do they do? Let's find out. So I wanted to love this movie, but I just couldn't. There's so much great stuff in it, but I'll get to those in just a bit. Some of the negatives were they tried to focus on Chris Pine's girlfriend a lot, in a way that I don't think was necessary at all. I'm going to use Captain Phillips as an example, where you saw he had a family at home at the very beginning, but you didn't need to cut back to her for big major scenes throughout the movie. I don't even know if you really cut back to her at all. This movie cuts back to Chris Pine's girlfriend, which was fine if they just cut back so you're listening to a radio, like, what's going on? But they continuously do it, and they give her this whole other side plot story that I don't think was necessary at all. I'm more interested, and the focus of the story should be on this crew trying to save these guys stranded out at sea, and it really wasn't about that for a lot of the movie because you kept focusing on this love interest of Chris Pine. It really did also slow down the pacing because of that, because you had these heavy action, suspense, tension-filled scenes, and then you cut back to this, and it's just like, they try to create some tension with it, but for one, it makes the scene longer and me disinterested even more, and it just doesn't work. Also, a lot of the characters are very stock. They're very one-note, very one-dimensional. You have especially on Casey Affleck's crew, you have Casey Affleck, who's the leader. He was great in it. I'll get to him in a sec. And then you have no, I'm not going to listen to you, I'm the tough guy. And then you have the more timid character where he's just sitting in the background and he's kind of got to learn the ropes. And they're very stock characters, and I don't know if they fully worked in this movie. Also, on Chris Pine's side, you had three of the same type of characters, including Chris Pine. Ben Foster was the only one out of the four of them that was really different. I thought there were all these kind of timid characters that were like, oh, we got to do it, like, but they were all the same, it felt. So that was another one of my big negatives. Also, the humor did not necessarily work at all. I laughed maybe once or twice when they tried to pepper it with jokes throughout. And not that it was a comedy, but like the jokes they didn't really land. But after some of the positives, because there is a lot to like about this movie, the action scenes, the suspense-filled scenes, especially on the tanker, they were amazing. On the oil rig thing, it was awesome. Casey Affleck seals the movie. I wanted more about him. I wish he was the main character, not Chris Pine, because I was way more interested in that crew. I thought you could have taken out a lot of the girlfriend stuff and added in a lot more of them problem solving to try and stay alive on this boat. I thought that would have been a lot more exciting. But like I said, when they were trying to solve these problems, it was amazing. When they would succeed, it was a great success. When they would fail, it was devastating. You really got invested in this crew, and you saw what needs to go through, all the moving pieces in order to survive. All these things need to line up, and sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. So that was awesome to see. Also, with Chris Pine's crew, I wasn't a huge fan at the beginning of it. It was kind of slow, and just the pacing was a little off. But once they get in the water and start facing some challenges of their own, that was great as well. All these suspense and tension-filled scenes were awesome. I wish the movie was filled with more of them and less of the whole, again, the girlfriend side plot. But with all that said, I did like the movie. I thought it was like the good outweighed the bad, but I just wanted more of the good, and I thought I could have got this up to like the 8 and 9 range. But instead, I got to go with a movie rating of a 6 out of 10. It was fine. It was good. It's enough to get it to a Rotten Tomatoes fresh. I would recommend it, but you can judge for yourself. I know some people might like it, some people might not. It's kind of those feel-good Disney movies, so you kind of have to have that romance aspect in it, I guess. But I think it would have been better without it. As for my enjoyment rating, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. For those action scenes, when they did hit, they were awesome, and I was captivated. I was all locked in. Whenever they would cut back to it, I got excited again. So for that gives it an extra 0.5. I really did enjoy those scenes, and it's kind of what saved the movie for me. And like I said, Casey Affleck is amazing in this movie. Like I said, wish he was the star of the movie and not Chris Pine. Not that Chris Pine was bad. I just thought Casey Affleck was way more interesting. So that's it. Are you guys looking forward to The Finest Hours? Let me know in the comment section below. If you've seen it, let me know your thoughts on the movie. Am I wrong, or do you guys agree with what I said? let me know in the comments below. Again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos each and every week. That is it, and I will talk to y'all later.